I felt just fine, like no congestion, no headaches, nothing. And it did start to hurt a little bit on Tuesday after doing, you know, all the morning shows and then this show and stuff. And then it just like Tuesday night, it just was like, and I like was like,
good for you.
I can't talk. And I was like, yeah, you stop talking. You need to not.
I'm like filled with wellness pills, like you name it, any kind of vitamin.
You need to go to the sauna and just like let everything drip out. Just bring a towel and let it all. No, I'm being serious though. That's what I always do.
Is like, can you do that?
Just let it. Or the neti pot. Do you neti pot?
I do not neti pot. No.
Why?
It just sounds weird. Like I'm not gonna neti. The sauna I can do, but
that's all you do.
The neti pot, I just am.
Jaron swears by it. I've done it a couple times, but I don't always love it because I accidentally always tip too far back, so stuff hurts to go in your throat, and then you gotta. It's not a beautiful sight to show. Like we won't do a demonstration on air. Here's how to neti pot.
We apologize right now if you're drinking coffee or having any breakfast.
And people are like, ooh, they're talking about this stuff. Okay, well, coming up on today's show, we are going to be talking about how you can help Fargo Police and youth in our community by donating. Today's Giving Hearts Day, so you can donate to them. That can be one of your charities. And we're going to be showing you some of those sweet treats, candies for your Valentine's or your sweetheart to make sure that you have a very special Valentine's Day.
Christina's in the house. She's got great stuff as always. We're very excited to talk about Giving Hearts Day. Also, how you can learn CPR and help save lives. We'll give you some demonstrations on that. Do you know CPR?
Yeah, do you?
For real? Not really.
Really?
No.
I had to take it for, I had to take a CPR class and then also like combined with they call it SIDS class, the Sudden Infant Death Syndrome class, to work at this daycare that I used to work at. And so I was talking with the FM ambulance team the other day, and I said, okay, here, let me walk through what I would do and make sure I'm still doing it right. And I still had it.
You passed it.
I still remember it. So
good job.
Since I won't be here on Saturday, I was like, refresh my memory, because just like anything, sometimes you just need that memory refresher. Maybe you've already taken a CPR class or something. But
I want to have some fun with you and me and Lisa Green, if we can bring her in here before we get to the weather. So we had an email that came in, and we talked yesterday. I'm sure we're going to talk about this in a moment, too. But Kristi and I are going to be doing the Olympic Zone show, 6:30 on KVLY, starting tonight.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, starting tonight.
Starts tonight.
But somebody emailed us was like, hey, good luck with pronouncing the right way of Pyeongchang, right?
Pyeongchang.
Is that right?
Sounds like
Lisa
you guys
Green?
got it. It sounds good to me.
Do you want to give it a shot?
Pyeongchang.
Pyeongchang.
Well done.
Pyeongchang.
I remember when we very first had to learn it, there was like a video they'd sent out, and here they were like, all the anchors, here's you trying how to say it, like here's how to do it right.
Pyeongchang. So I'm
Pyeongchang.
super excited for the Olympics to get going. But first, a little weather update from our good friend Lisa Green. Good morning, Lisa.
Good morning. They've been talking about how cold it is there for the Olympics, and we understand because it's rough here. Another day, another wind chill advisory. That's in effect for another hour. For a good portion of the valley, we've got wind chills that are well below zero. 26 below in Grand Forks and in Fargo. Your wind chill right now, the lowest one up in Baudette at 30 below. It's 28 below in Valley City. Let's take a look at our actual temperatures. Not much better. 11 below in Fargo and in Grand Forks. So even without the wind, we're freezing. It's 18 below in Devil's Lake, and just about everybody below zero. Sisseton, the one exception, right at zero right now. Now the wind is pretty light, which is good. We need that. We don't want that wind any stronger, else it'll be even more brutal for us. Wind speeds are out of the west or northwest, and we're seeing winds in that basically calm level or all the way up to about 10 miles per hour. So checking out your radar and your satellite map, you can see we're pretty quiet here. We've enjoyed some sunshine this morning. There are more clouds to the south and west. We're going to zoom out to show you there's more snow south and west of us. That main storm track has been missing us. We're on the north or cold side of this, but it may be just close enough to bring us a couple of snowflakes down in our far southern viewing area through the rest of the morning and into the afternoon. So here's how that's going to play out in your hourly planner. Mostly cloudy skies starting to develop this afternoon. A few areas of light snow starting to pop up down in the far south. Now it's really going to depend on the track. If it shifts even just a little bit farther south, we might not see anything at all. Or farther north, we might end up with a light accumulation right in that very southeastern corner of North Dakota and into west central Minnesota. Of course, the heavier snow down into South Dakota. And cold temperatures today. This is as warm as we get, 2 in Fargo. Then tomorrow might be the worst of it in the morning hours. We're looking at 15 below for Fargo. But from there, things start to look up a little bit. We're still below average this weekend with some teens coming up for Saturday and Sunday. And then into next week, a little more active, a couple of light snow events and temperatures that are nearing 20. Maybe we'll get there on Valentine's Day. So there is a dim light at the end of the tunnel. It's still not very mild, but I think we'll take what we can get.
I love this picture because it almost makes me think it's from my own mother-in-law. Because she'll go out and, like, if you have chopped some veggies or anything and take the butt end, she'll go out and feed the bunnies because she loves it.
Let me see if I can pull that up. Who do not like the rabbits are not happy.
And then you have other people who are sitting there feeding them.
Look how cute that rabbit is.
It's so little.
So cute.
I like the little ones. It's the big ones that I start to get a little bit scared of.
Have you seen the big ones? Like
like Family Wellness and stuff. Oh, they are giant.
They look like kangaroos. You're like, my gosh. Right?
That's a good description.
Yeah, kind of.
I mean, if they were to go up on their hind legs, you'd be like, wow, okay.
I will not fight you.
Exactly. Speaking of that, did you ever see the video where the kangaroo took the guy's dog?
Took his dog?
What?
Kangaroo took this guy's dog, and he's holding the dog like this, and the guy, now I'm not advocating this, but this was in Australia. Guy just walks up to the kangaroo and just poof, cold cocks the kangaroo to get it.
He punched the kangaroo in the face.
Go online and watch it. I'm telling you.
It's a good way to get kicked.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I just can't imagine, like, living in Australia and you're like, okay, this kangaroo's got my dog. I'm going to go and...
I just had some relatives down there, and the pictures looked beautiful. It's definitely on Kristi's travel to list.
But it goes with that joke that everything in Australia will kill you. You know that people joke around about that?
That's what they say.
I don't think that's really the case, but even the kangaroos you got to watch out for.
Ah, the land down under. The stories we could share.
I would still go. I'll
go with you.
Okay, let's go.
I'll go with you. All right, thank you, Lisa.
You bet.
We mentioned it earlier. We're going to be talking about it later today, but I did want to show an update of Giving Hearts Day because there are more than 400 charities looking for donations today. As you can see, there's already over 4,700 people who've donated, and that has been equaling past $2.3 million.
Wow.
So good job to everyone who's already gone online and got, given some donations out there. It's funny because this is the 11th year, and when they first started, they had 38 participating charities and nonprofits, and now today they have over 400 of them.
It's such a great
taking part in it. And their website's up all year round. I said something this morning and I got corrected. I said, oh, it's so nice because today you can go on, you can look up which charities, you can really find ones that mean things to you, whether it's about health or kids or animals or whatever it might be. And then they're like, yeah, but that's up all year round, Kristi. I was like, oh, that's right. But today it goes a little bit further. So that's why you're kind of reminded today. And then they have that hashtag count me in there because they want to get, I think it was 50,000 people to donate online today, and we're getting there. It's 4,700.
Last year it was like I think 24,000 or 22,000.
Yeah,
so they're looking to more than double what they did last year. And but our community, I think we can do it. So if you haven't done already, go to givingheartsday.org. As Kristi mentioned, there's 400 different charities you can contribute to there. All of them making a huge impact in our community. We're going to tell you more about another one you can talk to in a moment here for our youth in our community. So if you haven't done it, go there now. And just say, and $10 goes a long ways for a lot of these charities.
Right. I mean, you think about it and you think, oh, I can skip my Starbucks coffee today.
Yeah.
Now right there being donated can just help those charities continue to do the work that they're doing. This morning we had on Heather with Homeward Animal Shelter, and I was holding this dog, Violet, and she was so cute. She reminded me of my parents' dog. She just wanted to sit there and
chill out.
Libby doesn't like to be cuddled, but she did. She just wanted to sit on my lap and just be held. Whereas my parents' dog wants to sit next to you and be rubbed and rubbed. And then if I stopped rubbing, usually my parents' dog will go like this.
Yeah.
She would put her nose under my hand to be like, no, we're not finished. And then we had dancers on with Red River Dance, and then we had Gate City Bank had given out this big donation too.
Were you at DMF or where were you?
Yep. We were
that's
there.
great.
And that's kind of, we're calling it like, what did we call it? It's kind of like base camp. there.
Yeah,
And they have a whole bunch of events and things happening there.
I got buddies doing radio shows there today.
Yeah, people are out there doing lots of different things. I heard there was people dancing on the street on University in red outfits.
Nice.
And stuff. So we'll have to see who else is out there doing things.
We mentioned this a moment ago, but tonight is the night. The Olympics kick off. We've got you covered here on Valley News Live, KVLY. Tonight you can join Kristi and I for the Olympic Zone. It goes on for about 2.5 weeks, but it's a really fun show. It's every night at 6:30, including Saturday nights. And what we'll do is we'll kind of walk you through what happened throughout the day and then tell you what's coming up in prime time. And NBC puts together these incredibly touching and moving stories you get a chance to check out and just keep you debriefed on what's going on over in Pyeongchang.
Pyeongchang. The opening ceremonies is happening tomorrow night. So, but things are kicking off today right away.
And figure skating.
I've been watching their NBC Olympics. I'm doing this because I'm pretending I'm on my phone.
I know.
I'm on Instagram on here. I've been following their Instagram. They've been having different people's stories and things and such. This morning, actually, the Today Show was playing a story about the very first. Okay, I might not get my words right. The very first gold medal won for the USA 50 years ago was by a figure skater, Peggy something Fleming. Yes. Now, was it the first gold medal for the U.S. period or for the U.S. in the ice skating? Because I missed the beginning of the story, and then
in ice skating.
And then in ice skating. But anyway, so they were talking about different people who've changed sports, changed their sports and how people view it. And now I just love it because there's so many different sports that you just want to follow that you probably wouldn't have known about if there weren't the Olympics out there.
So I want to talk a little bit more Super Bowl real quick and get your take on something, Larson. There was a story out this morning. When I was down, like I think I mentioned yesterday, I got to get a chance to go to the Nike VIP thing on Saturday. And so guys that are in the know, obviously, are with Nike. And this guy's like, look, Chris, here's the deal. I mean, this Super Bowl in Minnesota was clearly just kind of throwing a bone to the Wolves for creating this new stadium. There's never going to be a Super Bowl in Minneapolis again.
Really?
Because he thinks they're going to, when the Raiders move to Vegas, they'll kind of make Vegas the place for the Super Bowl. But what happens is you lose out on so much revenue on a Friday and Saturday from the corporations because no one wants to come into sub-zero weather. Now, today, a guy from ESPN saying the same thing, like, Minneapolis, hope you enjoyed it. You did a great job, but it ain't never happening again.
See, but weren't we talking about that before when we were with the coach? Now my mind's blanking.
Thinking of Maury Lanning?
Yeah, weren't we talking? Well, when we were talking with Maury Lanning, we were talking, didn't you say it? And he said you can't have it in one permanent spot. That's part of the specialness of the Super Bowl, is that it does move around. So it makes people want to go and visit these different places. And then they each share some of that different, I mean, because you think about the economic profit that they just made over that past 10 days surrounding the Olympics.
But I just don't see it anymore cold weather locations. If they are going to move it around, it'll be Miami, Arizona, LA now has got a stadium, those kind of things. But what happens is that a lot of the corporate guys, and we talked about this on the private jets, they fly in Saturday or Sunday morning, check out the game, and get out. And there's just so much revenue that's missed out for the Super Bowl that I think it's a hard one to stomach.
I hope it doesn't stay in a permanent spot. I understand people don't want to be cold, but deal with it. That's part of life.
But to Minneapolis' credit, a lot of people thought they did a great job hosting it, which I think they did too.
Well, and my thought, and this is what we were so surprised of too, is there's so many different places that people could tuck into to warm up. It's not like they just said, nope, you're staying outside. You can't come in here. I mean, they had different places. They had different.
I will say on Saturday, though, when I was walking down there with my buddy, it was cold. I mean, his two kids are from PA. They're like, Dad, we got to go inside. Dad, can we go?
Yeah.
It was chilly.
But you layer up, and then you just go in and out. You zigzag.
Right.
You zigzag back and forth. I hope that it doesn't go to one permanent spot.
And again, Minneapolis did an outstanding job. It was really cool downtown. The Super Bowl experience was good. So
I hope it comes back.
Also, want a quick reminder, tonight, Carson Wentz, the keynote speaker at the National Prayer Breakfast Dinner. He's replacing Vice President Mike Pence. So he's got, in fact, by the end of the show, Omniscient Tony and Giovanna, if we've got a live feed of the Philly parade, can you let us know? Because it may be going by the time we get to the end of the show. But the Philly parade is going to be off the chain today in Philly. And then he takes a private plane, cruises up to D.C., and then he does his speech, which is going to be phenomenal.
What a big week for him.
Unbelievable,
winning a Super Bowl,
right?
getting engaged, being a keynote speaker, being in a parade. What a
life. He needs a vacation. All right, stay with us. We got a great show coming up for you. Fargo police are with us to talk about how you can help them out and our local youth right here on Giving Hearts Day.